V.I. Lenin, Russians and Negroes, written late January early February 1913, first published in Krasny and Even No. 3, 1925. Signed, W. Published according to the manuscript. Source: Lenin Collected Works, Progress Publishers, Moscow, Volume 18, pages 543 to 544. Translated, Stepan Apresian. Transcription / markup, R symbol. A public domain, Lenin Internet Archive. You may freely copy, distribute, display and perform this work, as well as make derivative and commercial works. Please credit Marxist's Internet Archive as your source. Read me. What a strange comparison, the reader may think. How can a race be compared with a nation? It is a permissible comparison. The Negroes were the last to be freed from slavery, and they still bear, more than anyone else, the cruel marks of slavery, even in advanced countries, for capitalism has no room for other than legal emancipation, and even the latter it curtails in every possible way. With regard to the Russians, history has it that they were almost freed from serf bondage in 1861. It was about the same time, following the Civil War against the American slave owners, that North America's Negroes were freed from slavery. The emancipation of the American slaves took place in a less reformative manner than that of the Russian slaves. That is why today, half a century later, the Russians still show many more traces of slavery than the Negroes. Indeed, it would be more accurate to speak of institutions and not merely of traces. But in this short article we shall limit ourselves to a little illustration of what we have said, namely, the question of literacy. It is known that illiteracy is one of the marks of slavery. In a country oppressed by pashas, Purishkevishes and their like, the majority of the population cannot be literate. In Russia there are 73% of illiterates, exclusive of children under 9 years of age. Among the U.S. Negroes, there were 44.5% of illiterates. Such a scandalously high percentage of illiterates is a disgrace to a civilized, advanced country like the North American Republic. Furthermore, everyone knows that the position of the Negroes in America in general is one unworthy of a civilized country. Capitalism cannot give either complete emancipation or even complete equality. It is instructive that among the whites in America the proportion of illiterates is not more than 6%. But if we divide America into what were formerly slave-holding areas, and American Russia, and non-slave-holding areas, and American non-Russia, we shall find 11 to 12% of illiterates among the whites in the former and 4 to 6% in the latter areas. The proportion of illiterates among the whites is twice as high in the former slave-holding areas. It is not only the Negroes that show traces of slavery. Shame on America for the plight of the Negroes. Notes Works Index, Volume 18, Collected Works, LIA Index less than backward forward greater than